Welcome back to another video. It is Tuesday, the 30th of December. It is 6:30. I've had a really lovely day, but I have made the mistake of making plans on my heaviest training week on my training days, which I always try and avoid doing as much as possible, like obviously outside of work and things. I am off work still for the next couple of days. I'm back to work on the 2nd, so it's not the end of the world. But basically, went on a really long dog walk with one of my friends today. Had my parents over this morning for a bit, and when I got home from the dog walk, I really just wanted to lay down and not really do anything. So I've had a bit of a hermit few hours, just like on the sofa with Zuko. But it's all good. Food today, much better than it had been. Also, if you can hear the heater in the background, it's making a really weird noise, so just ignore that. But yeah, food today has been miles better over like just eating a lot more whole foods. I felt awful training last week with just junk food in my system, so I'm very much ready to get over that. I'm going to have a few days of kind of eating pretty much back to normal. And then check my body weight on Friday probably, and then go from there. I'm probably going to have a couple of weeks of slightly higher calories just to kind of ease myself back in. If I find I'm being very slack and not sticking to things, I have told myself I will be hiring a nutrition coach, but hoping I can do it alone just because I also really do want to start saving a lot more money this year and getting our house complete. So if I can avoid spending money on a coach, then I will. But we will just see how things go. But there's no rush. I had this moment yesterday where I was like, you're sitting here panicking about the fact that, you know, you really want to get this cut underway and you want to make progress on it. And obviously I do want to do that. I was like, but there is no timeline. There is no rush. Like, just be kind and just take your time with it. Because I'm very all or nothing. Well, not even that. It's just as soon as I get an idea in my head, I just need to do it, and I need to do it there and then. But also need to realise it is literally Christmas. I've got social plans, things going on. So there's no actual hurry. I'm not competing until summertime, most likely. So yeah, but overall I'm feeling good. I'm excited for this week of training. I think we're going to have a really good week. Last week everything moved well, even with feeling really rough just from like a worse diet and stuff. So looking forward to how my training is going to feel this week with actual good quality food in my system. Nothing to really report. I've got my 3-count triple on bench tonight, followed by a 3-count single 5 kilos heavier. I believe the target RP for the triple is 7 to 8, so relatively heavy. Last week, I think I did 102.5 for the triple, and it was a little bit of an overshoot. It was probably about an RP 7, maybe 7.5. So I'm going to aim for 105 today. But if things aren't feeling amazing during warm-ups, I will just go to 102 again and repeat last week's loads. And then after my single, I have got a set of 6 on Larson at an RP of 7. Probably load around 90 for that. And then I have got 3x6 at a set load of 80 after. So shouldn't take too long. Should be able to just kind of crack on, get it done. Then I'll be going to the gym, doing my upper accessories, and then also doing half an hour of cardio as well. Probably going to split it up again today and do 15 at the start, 15 at the end, just so it's a little bit less horrible and less boring, basically. And then go from there. But that is the plan. And yeah, it's been a good day though. Got a lot of steps in with Zuko and my friend earlier. And then I think tomorrow the plan is going to be go to the beach with a different friend and go on another dog walk. So that is the plan. Don't think there's any other real updates. My hamstring is not feeling good, like my hamstring glute issue that I mentioned most videos lately. Not feeling great. I actually didn't notice on the walk today. I think I was just distracted by talking so much. But my last few dog walks, I've really noticed it and really struggled to the point where usually we would take Zuko on like an hour, 15 hour and 30-minute walk each day. We've been splitting it up into 2, partly because it makes the day a bit nicer and like Zuko gets to go on 2 nice walks. And we've got the time to do it at the moment, but also because my leg can't really cope with a really long walk at the moment, which not ideal and really kind of concerning. But I'm sure it'll be fine when I'm training. I've got tempo squats tomorrow. Lewis, my coach, is back at work now. He had a week off for Christmas. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to see how I kind of feel today. I will send him my training from today anyway and have like a little catch up and just let him know that I might, if he's okay with it for tomorrow's tempo squats, potentially see if I can just do normal comp squat. Because I do think the only thing last week that really I noticed it on and I actually felt pain during the movement, because usually I don't feel pain during my lifts. It's just something that I noticed throughout the day, was the descent of tempo squats. That was the only thing I really felt it on. So potentially wondering if the reason it's always so much worse on a Wednesday after that session is because of the tempo squats combined with the fact it's an SBD session. So we will see, but I will talk about that in the next video, obviously, because the next video will be from that session. So today we are focusing on bench. I need to take my time and actually warm up though, because it is freezing. I do not want to train today. I'm not going to lie. I've said that last week in pretty much every video, I think. I'm just very much, I'm really enjoying having some time off, and I'm just really enjoying fully switching off, and I kind of just want to be a hermit and just lay on the sofa and not really do much, like outside of just like going on dog walks and stuff. Like I'm quite enjoying not really doing much and just being really lazy, but I will say during my sessions I have been enjoying it once I actually get in the routine of doing it, so I know I'll be fine once I get started. I think we all have these feelings. I think the biggest issue with having a home gym is because you don't have to travel. Like I used to find, like even when I trained at my parents' in their gym, like in their garage, because I had like a half an hour drive to their house, it kind of got me ready to train and kind of almost like psyched up to go train. And like driving to the gym always used to be a way for me to like mentally prepare. Whereas now it's like, oh, well, I need to train. I'll walk 2 seconds to the garage and start training. So yeah, just trying to find a bit of a routine. To be fair, I do think filming these videos and like talking a little bit about the session and the plan to you guys does help me get in the mood to train. But currently it's not really working, but I don't think anything's going to get me in the mood to train. So I will just stop talking. I will put my music on and I will start, and hopefully that helps because I would like to hit some good bench today. Really get well executed, hopefully, because execution last week on this session wasn't the best, but we will see.
I'm making you another million. Some more whipped cream on your cake. I'm handing you another glorious pavilion. You got something that I really need. Something special we all feed on. In the hive, you're the queen. I'm a stone from your throne. I'm a king of motherfucking working drone.
Okay, so bench is done. So I'll go do my accessories in a sec, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised. This session last week felt awful, and I remember my triple at 102.5, it was just really badly executed. My single at 107 was okay, but just bench felt really off and unnatural last week. I didn't really expect to go any heavier today, but I did 105 for my triple. I was nervous, and the pauses definitely weren't quite a 3 count, they were more like a 2, but I'm not mad. They actually moved okay, pretty well, and it didn't feel like an overshoot at all. I just obviously didn't execute quite as well as I should have, but it is what it is. I'm not mad. And then single at 110, probably the best my 3 count single at 110 has moved. I've done this the last few blocks, I think I've ended here, and I would say that's probably the best it's moved. And then I just did 90 for my set of 6 Larson. And that moved really well. It's probably a bit of an undershoot. It was meant to be an RP7. It was probably more like a 6. So I'm really happy. Then I just really quickly got through 3x6 at 80 and all done. But yeah, bench felt a lot more natural tonight than I kind of expected it to. But I just sort of trusted myself. I was like, well, you did a 112 double in your last session, so on Sunday I did a 112 double. Granted, the pauses weren't as good as I want them to be, but I was like, if you can do a 112 double, you can do 105 for a 3 count triple. Like, just believe in yourself. And that's kind of been the theme of bench this block, and it's been going really well because of that. But I've just kind of been trying to rationalise the loads before I actually do them and execute them, and it just kind of fills me with a little bit more confidence. So yes, very happy. Won't talk much more. Nothing else to really say. Just gonna go do my accessories. It is kind of, well, it's like 7 o'clock, so it's not late, but I do need to do a food shop because I was going to do one yesterday. I was also going to do one Sunday, keep putting it off, but I've still got enough food for a couple more days, so it's not urgent, but I don't really want to go shopping on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day because I think New Year's Day the shops might be shut. I don't actually know, but I don't want to go when it's busy, so I need to go tonight. I'm going to go fairly late just so that it's quiet as possible, but yeah, anyway, going to wrap the video up here. Thank you if you made it to the end. I really appreciate you watching. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in a few days for the next one.